Global warming and its harmful effects on the world's population is a worrying situation for the main actors of this sector and the Western Highlands region of Cameroon. It is noticed clearly that there is overexploitation of the natural resource, which leads to a significant decrease in water resource. Due to this, the environmental actors of this sector blame the lack of concern from some native steady population growth which, when faced with the agro-pastoral challenge, have no rest. In order to overcome the barriers that stand against the conservation of the biodiversity, soil restoration and durable forest management, Rainforest Alliance and its partners have put in place a project called COBALAM, Community-Based Landscape Management, a project that is being financed by World Environmental Fund, United Nations Environment Programme, through the Ministry of Environment, Protection of Nature, and Durable Development as executional, and Rainforest Alliance as implementation partner on field.
In this project framework, microfunding and subsidies has been granted to local bodies of the civil society, and in this frame that SEPDEL has received a micro subsidy, and this was based on the option of durable management and conservation that had been identified in the different landscape. And one of the major problems that we identified during the study of the different landscape was the crucial water problem. That is why SEPDEL comes to work hand in hand with you in order to handle some crucial water points which has been spotted in your landscape.
Since 2020, the association SEPDEL is in tight collaboration with Rainforest Alliance in order to find out suitable adaptation strategies towards climate change by an integrated water resource management. And that is why we have PGDROE, DWROMP, Durable Water Resource Management Projects by the local actors of Monts Bamboutos and Monts Bana, Bangangté, Bangou in the Western Highlands of Cameroon.
The global aim of this project is towards contributing to the preservation and a better shared management of the water resource in main points on the landscapes of Monts Bamboutos and Monts Bana, Bangangté, Bangou, and more specifically to ensure the safety and shared management of 6 vulnerable water points which had been restored on Monts Bamboutos and Monts Bana, Bangangté, Bangou landscapes. First of all, in Fongutongo Council, we have walked around the water points of Jobu and that of Mene. In Kongzem Council, we have walked around the water points of Lingang Pastoral and that of Mezet. At the level of Monts Bana, Bangangté, Bangou councils, we also walked around 2 councils. In Bangou Council, we have walked around the water points of Bangtio 1. In Bana Council, we have walked around the water points of Bapu.
For a betterment of water resources around the targeted sites and in order to reach the expected results and outcomes, much management bodies and moreover shared path management body conventions have been created and established following the will and wishes of the different actors.
The main expected result from this project are 6 water points which are restored around the 2 landscapes, with around 30,000 meters of land for reforestation, 25,000 raffia shoots planted around these water points. 6 governing bodies, local committees, put in place in order to ensure the follow-up by the user of the activities after the project. Many actors have been implied: sectors, councils, CGP, CCGP, traditional rulers, local population around the water points, private projects, and media. So, some are there for feedbacks and follow-up of communities. Others are there to mobilize the communities and for the effective implication at the level of the project activities. Here, We have the local population, which is the final beneficiary.
The restoration project of the water was through the planting of raffia shoots and managed in a durable manner in the Western Highlands of Cameroon has identified those points of water which depletion level is really alarming.
We are at the level of Batio 1 water point in the Bangou landscape. We are there to clear bushes around what was planted in order to extend the surface area and also ensure the plot being in zone where there is a mixture of agro-pastoralism, household and farming. We decided to hinder cattle from entering our protected perimeter by constructing fences. We are in the Bana Council for the delivering of raffia shoots, and while doing this, we could realize that the members of the CLU from the Bana Council, who are mostly made up of women, had already cleared the bushes and dug some holes, and so we delivered these tools to them in order to replace the faulty ones. We are at Jumbo Water Point in Fungotongo landscape, where we reforested 5,000 meters square of raffia with local population and members of CLU. We are here today to replace dead shoots, and for this we formed several teams, one to clear, another one to fetch stalks, one for planting, and another team for digging.
While the young raffia shoots are flourishing and taking depth, the local users committee will be mobilized on the field in order to ensure the maintenance of the targeted point and the successful replacement of dead shoots.
The first project was carried out in Jembu. We did it and saw that it was good. I'm a nursery gardener. I produce shot for the targeted point of water uptake. I'm here in Ningang to lend a helping hand for cleaning and clearing. We also wish that every partner financing this project should find more and more resources to keep up with this action. Since the training we had in Chang, things has changed positively. We have planted the raffia and we are ready to replace the full t-shirt.
On Monts Bamboutos, the local users committee is there, working relentlessly. The coordinator of the project must ensure that the boundary works goes on smoothly in many sites against animals' invasive attacks. Moreover, in this Fongo-Tongo locality, a strong Mbororo community has settled there for several years now.
It is the population that cut down all the raffias because they were looking for space for farm. But soon after farming, water dry up, you understand? So they thought water was coming from the source. They destroy raffias but do not know if water will dry up or not. Now, there is no more water left for cows and us, the population. What can we do?
After Monts Bamboutos, Sepdel and its team will head to Monts Bana, Bangangté, Bangou, so as to have an effective follow-up of the raffia shoot. After the project, the decision-taking actors will renew their engagement.
I just want to say, with Rainforest Alliance, which is working with us in the preservation of the biodiversity, our concern was to solve the water problem in our community. Our community is facing this main water problem in quality and quantity. That is why I wish to appreciate Rainforest Alliances and Sepdel for the great job done.
We use all the byproducts of raffia. We dump nothing. As you can see, this work is not an easy one, and that is why we plead with Sepdel to always go forward with its project. We also plead with Rainforest Alliance to always go forward as well with its projects.
It is a great project that will be beneficial for everyone, especially for the population, and from this project, product shall be sold for more profit. As member of CLU, we shall keep on with the follow-up even after the project.
So Rainforest Alliance has decided to handle and take care of 2 water points, one in Njumbo and another in Menu Tidet. This maintenance has led to planting of raffias around this water point, and notably for a surface area of 9,000 meters square.
of raffia has been planted since the very beginning. We are very happy and we hope that in couples of years to come, we will have potable water since we are planting raffias and we know that raffias help greatly in water take up in the surface.
According to the expert in charge of the follow-up and evaluation, the restoration of the different projects' targeted points through the planting of raffia shoots will have a significant impact on the specific species in particular and the environment as a whole.
Since raffia is known to grow very close to water sources, swamping areas and very moist areas, science has proven that a single raffia can return up to 10 liters of water per day. It will also permit us to hold back carbon gases. 1 hectare of raffia can help imprison more than 10 tons of carbon annually.
In order to reinforce the capacities and abilities of the aforementioned, a close follow-up to consolidate what is being acquired, especially mobilization and for a long-lasting of resources harvested as well as undertaking actions, a reinforcement of the dynamic actions of management is being put in place. On the terrain, even though difficulties are being encountered, the very strong SEPDEL team is concentrated on the displayed actions and hence leading to the acquisition of high skills.
We have encountered a problem of climatic instability. For instance, last year after raffias were planted, rain stopped falling before the appointed time, and this setback influenced the success rate of the shoot negatively. To the end, we also have the problem of agri-pastoral conflict, but it has thankfully been solved by the CLU. Even with some inherent difficulties we face with the project, we have learned a lot. We have learned the implication and engagement of all the stockholders from the very beginning of the project, and this helps to ensure and guarantee a homogeneous communication in the framework.
Based on a strategic and methodical maneuver put in place by SEPDEL since the launching of the project, the on-field activities have known a progression in their planning under the supervision on experts, and this explains why the outcome is beyond what is expected.
At the end of the durable water resource management project by the local actors of Monts Bamboutos, Monts Bana, Bangangté, and Monts Bamboutos, we are glad to announce that the result has greatly exceeded our expectations. We have planted 6,500 raffias shoots instead of an initial 5,000 shoots expected. We have forested the surface area of 32,550 meters square instead of an initial 30,000 meters square expected. So 6-sided has been reforested. We are glad that this project has touched 1,200 direct beneficiaries who are today responsible of their resource and hence eco-responsible.
The success of the PGDROE-DWRMP through the presentation of the acquired result, a proof of the determination and motivation of SEPDEL, which want to go forth with the action on the terrain. Much is still to be done, and hence other perspectives.
In our future action, we are following up CCGP in the fashioning and conversion of the durable management of all the resources around the mounts, and we are aimed at continuing the action of reforestation around the water sources. During our explorative investigations, we discovered 13 vulnerable water points around the 2 mounts, and we could only reforestate 6 of them. So we are still left with 7 of them to reforestate. Finally, we will train the communities on how to put in place a nursery garden, followed by planting and restoration at last. We are hereby calling on all the different partners who can lend a helping hand for us to continue with this action. We remain open to continue the work we have started on the terrain. This work has been made possible thanks to the help of different partners. I will start by thanking Rainforest Alliance, who really followed us from the onset in 2020 through cautioning, training, and other actions. We also thank
World Environmental Fund,
the UN Environment, the Ministry of Environment, Protection of Nature and Durable Development, which are the partners who supported us in and throughout this project.
At the time when the local populations of the mounts targeted by the PGDRE, DWROMP are really motivated by priority axes which are placed forward in the different project activities, there is still a great challenge that lingers, which is the follow-up, the maintenance or caretaking, and the protection of the young raffia shoots till full growth.